Is everyone about to be
All right, everybody, we're gonna sit down.
Okay, what are we doing here?
We're gonna sit down.
Sorry, Bobby, you're gonna be right there.
Wait, is there a row set?
Yeah, but they're not putting out till
And
after
she
because
probably
we're
won't-
gonna eat it all.
She can't see our, she won't look through this.
I feel like a bad Jew.
No. I'm not pretty sure that's something. Dairy.
What is?
And so is hummus. Oh man, look what they want to pick.
What?
That's how they glue these carrots.
I've never had a regular carrot.
Thank you, sweetie.
It's an experience.
Usually that Brussels sprouts scare me.
I'm gonna go through it. I've never had it. It's like Catherine Scott.
Let's see, probably near my parents, so I'm guessing.
Do you like me?
Here, aha, we found you. Eureka. You're sitting next to me. I mean, it's not too late to change
Oh,
that
like,
if
so I
you
want to
decide.
take your score.
Delicious.
Well, he doesn't have a chair. We're missing
I have one
chairs.
stuff because I did like all the
Oh,
training
let me
and
get
stuff,
some kitchen
and then
chairs.
summer
I
happened,
forgot
and
to do that.
didn't go a lot.
Hold on a minute, let me
Back
grab
my
some chairs.
stuff, so it's
You
too
need a
expensive.
chair.
So I just tell everybody that filled out.
Jesse, we grab a chair or two and we are short.
Regular.
I don't mean
Because they didn't come back for
Our size. Let's see if that makes sense or not.
Wait, so
Yeah, you can. Oh, so we gotta fit one more in here though. That's not gonna fit. Two, 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's
Is everybody like that?
this side is a little more crowded. Why don't we put me and Mom
We decorated
on the head and spread this out a little bit more because we're not gonna get a whole other person, a whole other chair in here.
Oh
So
yeah.
let's do
I
that.
did Emma's.
Let's put Mom next to me.
See, so I started using the pink
I'll move
and
this water because
Yeah.
I can do that over here.
We're using colors.
we're using the same recipe.
We can do
And then you're good with the chair over there. You don't need to worry about what we're doing.
Where should I put my or in here?
Oh, you're what?
It's behind you. Thank you.
We got the culture, the food, the
All right, can you read the rest of it? Give Mom a nice chair.
And there's got short shorts. If you dare wear shorts.
Grab it.
Do you want me to move
You
over?
get two glasses.
Yeah, hold on a second.
One glass.
I cannot
Do we have some yarmulkes for people who want yarmulkes?
Yes, please.
If you want a yarmulke, tell me and I will get you one.
I've heard of yarmulke.
Jess, it's so weird that I'm on this.
I feel like I'm a
Jess, you want to offer a yarmulke?
Before you sit down, honey, my pocketbook is on one of the kitchen chairs. Could you take it off? I need There's something in my pocketbook that I want to get in.
What? I have to watch that
Benjamin,
video.
lost Benjamin.
I know. My house is
Proper Jew.
Got it.
Never leaves home without yarmulke.
Your baby, she's got it.
like my dad.
Oh, thank you so much.
I don't want one on me. I got
Wait, what?
I need one.
How about?
one. Sit and relax and have some manischewitz.
When did this happen
Oh,
here?
I do have to open the blue wine, but I'll tell you what, you want to take the manischewitz there and pour yourself and then my mom. Okay. My mom wants to. So
Wait, are
you
you
want to ask if
recording
anyone?
this?
I
No,
think
Bubby's
Why do you
watching
give
it.
everybody
We're not recording.
Oh,
Did you want
no, I wanted to manage.
All All right, I have an Emma yarmulke.
Jessie, is it live
I have a
streaming?
Sophie yarmulke. Oh, this is a
Is
Jessie.
she on? Hi, Bobby.
Anyone else need a
Should we
yarmulke?
get relegated to the top?
Have you ever talked to us or?
Does anyone else want Manischewitz? I'm gonna open other.
Stu, can you open this,
Yeah.
please? What else? Where's all the wine?
Wait, I don't know. What are the other options?
No, that's not all.
Red
the
or-
wine. I didn't bring any for Dad.
Your
Dad's
dad's
in, but.
I don't. But this for the kids.
Ellie, where's Franklin? Oh. Oh, where's Frankie?
Behind the door, there's more wine on the top.
What about gold with Moscato?
I brought one out. We'll start
He's crying though.
What am I getting from here?
I don't know what's in there, but it's still on the floor.
Your feels alone or something. Sure, I hope you don't mind, I put fantastic,
I'm gonna
salt
open
up
regular.
into.
Oh.
Or do you want this?
In case I, because I can't eat, so
Emma?
cutting back.
This is red. You were to sorority?
I don't like red.
Yeah. And you ripped the red dress.
Where'd you put the Moscato?
Yeah. Dad is opening it.
And
Dad, you want some of that?
Can't really hold it.
Do you want some? It's a little full. Some people
No, I don't like red.
Yeah.
but it's worth it.
So there's no nonstop then to Philly, or is there?
Yes, regular wine also. I know him, he was a sergeant.
Is there regular wine there? I'm working on it.
Here, I'm gonna.
I'm
Want me
working
to
on it.
open it?
And Manischewitz, yeah.
Maybe, I don't know what to do.
And then there's the Moscato. which-
Selfishly, the week of July 4th, we're gonna be down.
I know, I have it in my
But might you go to?
Oh, I'm going for like 10 days.
Well, Sophie can, yeah,
Can you pour me some, please?
there we go, that's enough now.
Don't pour me that
That's
much.
times 3.
That's good.
Is that the Moscato?
Carol.
Yeah, you want something, Ashley?
I think, no, I'll just take something, the red one down
I'm
here.
gonna try some.
Oh,
Wait, what? You want me to shove it?
I will.
And myself.
Of course. Here, tell me one, Sandy.
I'm waiting for the non-red matchup. Aww.
Jen.
Okay.
What non-red matchup?
Here, you go.
Isn't there red?
Okay. Do you want any of this on here?
No?
It's white Moscato.
You want like a Merlot?
But there's a bunch of others.
Cabernet. Okay, fine.
Oh, yeah. That guys go.
Tomorrow we definitely have to go to the store to get apples.
So is it nice to like how warm it is?
Very sweet.
It's like cold out here.
I love it. It's scary though. DeSantis?
Cause why?
DeSantis?
Oh, he is so good.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And they're like banning in Duval County, which is like Jacksonville. They've been like banning all these children's books about like Kwanzaa and Shabbat, but nothing about Christianity.
I know. He's so twisted. You know, if anything though, it seems like book banning, it just makes you want to read them more, right? I mean.
Yeah. And it's, there's like,
This is service here.
There might be a little.
Okay, yeah,
That's okay.
That's fine.
I'll be fine.
Thank you.
he passed a law with like a well,
Should
I open another Moscato?
I know about like history, but
And also Jewish.
Becky,
Jewish.
I feel bad.
Emma, where are you?
Oh, I'm coming. He like signed into law in like a closed meeting with the NRA that you can carry a loaded weapon anywhere in Florida without a permit. So that's a little scary.
Did it pass?
Yeah, he just signed it into law like in a closed meeting.
Have you ever heard of that?
No.
It's from
Yeah, it's like
South
Africa.
Yeah.
Smells dry. And like in Tennessee. Can't you taste how that how it smells?
I don't think so.
Sophie didn't get the point. Let's just pour people water if they wanted it. That's okay.
Oh.
This is called the.
And I actually went to the water.
You actually.
Yeah, you're sitting over here.
Yeah.
Do you want water? I'm going to the spigot so we don't.
Ooh, Sophie.
Heidi, how are you? How's your job?
Now everybody wants.
It's crazy. I really love it,
Okay, that's good.
but I'm like
How do you feel now that it's a Friday?
overwhelmed and stressed and right, Chair?
Oh, yeah.
Why is it like a carrot?
But I really like it. I think
So will it calm down?
that's what I'm hoping.
Is it just like that time of year?
No, it's it's a new rule 6 months ago, and we're still just trying to figure it out. Loved it. So I started it like 30 years ago.
Yeah.
As a junior business systems analyst, supporting this one application. 30 years ago, I spent the first 14 years of my career, and I ended as a volunteer.
No, but I thought you'd do that.
Fast forward 30 years, I've been back supporting that team from my my best friends from
It makes it so nice, right?
but it's just, there's so much there.
A little more Moscato, we've got some white Zinfandel. Anybody want white Zinfandel, Moscato?
Anybody want some seltzer? I exploded seltzer all over.
Did you,
I didn't shake it.
have you never opened seltzer in your life?
First of all, it's just sitting here.
Every seltzer explodes.
Then no.
It's the history, in the history of seltzer, there's never been a seltzer that doesn't explode. What are you looking for, Sharon? Oh, they're back there. They fell out, so I moved them.
Where'd you spill? Over by me and my mom. And maybe on the floor, I don't know.
Tomorrow you're going to 20 people?
Isn't that like a cleaning agent? That's what my mom said, so it's gotta be true.
Hello.
That it's a cleaning agent. I don't think black cherry is so far.
It's a cleaning agent if something's dirty, but if it's not dirty, you don't need a cleaning
If you have to
agent.
spill something, that's a good thing to spill.
The Moscato?
I feel like it's too early, the night is still young. For something else to
I'm
happen.
not sure, it was one of the disasters that someone predicted.
While the night is still young.
I never sat at the head of the table before, but the whole table. There's all.
All right, everybody, we're gonna move the tables over 3 inches. Oh.
I think we should do a quick Seder tonight.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. Who's missing?
Is everybody here? Is everybody ready? That's the first line from a show I was in many years ago, but I don't remember the show.
Was it the one where you were like?
Chicago. It's from Chicago. Yeah, it was the one where I was dressed as a woman.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a riot.
What are you trying to say? Putting all the wine.
I know,
right
that's
in
right,
front of
that's
us.
right. We are ready for the Seder.
What's up with that?
I
What?
didn't know what kind you wanted. There's.
What's the problem?
I didn't love Spanish heaven.
Oh, yeah?
I know, but I'm starting with the drive.
In the driveway.
I'm not gonna.
Seltzer?
All right, everybody, welcome to the 2023 Sklar, Litvin, Katurba, Shuck, Jaeger, Chan, Holiday Seder. Did I leave anyone out? Oh, Jaffe. I left out Bubby, who's remote, but with us. Jesse, did you confirm that Bubby, can she actually see us?
She was watching us and then she somehow messed something up and now she.
Oh.
Franklin. Franklin.
I have a couple opening remarks. First of all, I'm going to have to separate Ashley and Shira because they're misbehaving already. I want to thank Shira for the amazing amount of work that she does. Every year she says that she wants to do this, and then about halfway through it becomes an obligation, and then about 3/4 of the way through it becomes a privilege again. So by the end, she was appreciative to be able to make this Seder for us. But somewhere in between, it was a little bit of a...
In every house.
Right. And I, of course, wasn't much help at any of the stages of the Seder making.
Clean, don't you clean?
I did a little bit, but
Clean?
I don't know.
That's how he hurt his finger.
No, this is the one I hurt, but that's, sorry, wrong finger.
This is your son.
I want to announce ahead of time, I have a little bit of a cough, and I just wanted everyone to know it is not COVID.
Did you test?
The problem is it could be any other possible infliction. I don't know what it is, but we know it's not COVID.
Is it
So
one of the 10 inflictions?
it's not one of the 10 plagues. It's been suggested that I try to do an accelerated Seder tonight, but I, of course, don't know how to do an accelerated Seder.
Also, aren't we supposed to light the candles
Right.
first?
We're going to light the candles, as I was about to say, until Shira jumped in.
No, there wasn't else.
Anybody want to light?
Sure.
Come on over.
This is by far the most number of non-humans we've ever had at our Seder. Becky, I'm not including you in that, just to be clear.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Yeah, did I make the human or non-human?
The human or non-human?
And his food is over on that table right here. He's not gonna eat. And
Yeah.
he's in the crate.
Why'd you say shh?
I didn't say shh. I said
That's
yeah.
a lot of volunteers.
Did you test?
How many candles do you
What?
have? Did you test?
I've been coughing for 4 months. I didn't have to test.
Also, I like your new glasses.
Is there a dick?
You can't have them if that's what you're angling at.
Ellie, everyone's up there with you.
Oh,
You know
hello.
what? She doesn't have a pair of glasses.
You guys need me.
You're not needed. You're not needed in this. There's enough here without you. Name that play. Name that show. The only person here who will know that is Shira.
Why?
Why is she the only one who will know it, or what?
Tell you. There's a thing here.
It's because it's a show that she loves.
You have to blow out the candle.
Emma,
And Shira, everyone was so good. Yes. Sophie, are you going to see Simon on Friday?
Yeah, we'll discuss. Yeah, but I'm worried that he's not gonna be able to get into this bar, and I'm not gonna knock over because it's my friend's birthday.
Ooh.
So I hope he knows. It's right, and I try to explain it.
Is it in New York or Philly?
No, Philly.
Oh, well then if he can't get in, he'll go wherever.
We have seltzer? We have lemon lime seltzer.
If you're not essential to the candle lighting process, please sit down.
I just lit.
Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind. Never mind. Just kidding.
Are they what? Yes. Simon actually came home today.
Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel yom tov. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Shechianu V'kiyamanu V'higianu Lazman Hazeh Ma'otzor Yeshuati. I can't sing the one without the
And
other.
she was
Yes.
sure I didn't say.
I didn't know if you knew what to say.
I did it.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, there's the puppy.
She's bar mitzvah now.
We're going to do a very traditional ceremony. We go around. You can read. You don't have to read. I'll jump around, ask you to read, and maybe skip some people who I think can't read. Emma, I'm not pointing you out in particular, but and I want to give you guys homework to do. I was thinking about like what would be, add to the Seder a little bit. And I wanted to ask everyone. I guess it mostly applies to people who've been to a Seder, but actually it's not even about a Seder. Think about a childhood memory that you can remember. Like a memory you can't remember, I don't want to know about it. But a memory that you can remember that is meaningful to you. And I'm thinking, I was thinking about my mom and people, us too, but like, something that you recall that was a nice memory from either your childhood or your family or a previous Seder or previous Yeah, it can be holiday related. I mean, that's what I was thinking, but it doesn't have to be. But I thought, you know, and even the kids, like maybe you have a memory of a Seder or another family event from 10 years ago when you were little. So you don't need to tell me now, but if you come up with a memory that's nice, and it, you know, if the memory is one that we can't relate to because we weren't there, that's fine. But if you have a nice memory, I mean, if you have a not so nice memory, I guess you can raise it. It could be funny, it could be whatever you want. What's your funny memory?
I remember the time Lucy flew off my bed, like when I had the
Bunk bed?
yeah, the loft bed. Lucy flew off the top of it, and then she flew into the door, and she laughed so hard, and then she tried to run downstairs to tell everybody, but she tripped, and then she rolled down the stairs.
I don't remember that. You?
Was that a holiday?
Not exactly the memories I was thinking we would conjure, but that's fine. That's good.
I picture her very gymnastic.
Lucy probably doesn't remember it because of the concussion, but the rest of us, it's a fond memory.
So you're not the only, I'm not the only tripper in the family.
And if you have it, you know, it's a very interactive Seder, so if you want to pause us and have something to say, feel free. Yes, Mom.
Our families, we always did a Seder a certain way, and then we met Arlene's family, and her father and mother did a couple things, and they sang the songs a little bit differently, and my father and Oscar tried to blend the two ways of singing Haggadah and a couple other things, and then I remember we had incorporated all of your ideas into our Seder, and then when we met Shira, we incorporated some of your father's things into our Seder, and then we met Benny, and he told us about
the
Benny had the most fun.
right. We think Benny may have made that up, but we're not sure.
I've actually confirmed
No,
that it's a real thing.
I recently saw it on a TikTok.
Really, that's the Sephardic
Are you sure it wasn't our
tradition of hitting people with scallions, which we'll get to at
Did you
some point.
actually?
Seder is not.
You saw that on TikTok?
I do. I mean, it's not a Passover memory, but you know, speaking of you and your father, and I don't know if I ever met your mother. I did. I must have been very little because I have a very vivid memory of Oscar, but I don't remember your mom. But I, of course, remember going to your house every Thanksgiving for what seemed like 100 years, and you know, that was a very meaningful time for us to go and spend time with you and your family and, you know, all of my cousins, and I didn't see them a lot other than on Thanksgiving, so that was fun. And then I remember adopting Shira into that tradition, but one of the first ones we ever went to, there was a horrible ice storm, and we, getting off of the exit at Conshohocken on 23, we slid about, you know, 100 feet on that exit. And Shira walked in your house and burst into tears, and you were the first one to greet her, and were able to comfort her. Yeah, absolutely.
I came back, so
I remember that too.
I believe what you specifically said, what the hell's wrong with you? No, no, you were much more gentle than that. Yeah. So
I remember jumping on your bed with the twins.
the twins. Oh my gosh, Chris. What?
Two little girls.
Christine. What were their names?
We used to jump on your bed.
It was your partners.
I'm pretty sure you guys looked the other way.
Christine was the mother, right?
What?
Was it Christine the mother's name?
Oh, I thought that was one of the twins.
Were they family or?
They were like their
Chris-
neighbors or something. Or
No, I thought they were like one of your partner's kids, maybe.
No, Charlie's first wife was not Christine.
I thought that was one of the kids' names.
They were twins. They were like my age, and we used to.
They
were
were in the
come to
bridal
Thanksgiving.
party for Karen's wedding.
And we
Wow.
jumped on your bed.
All right, should we let's do the order of the Seder while people
All
are-
right, so I want everyone to turn to page 29. Turn to page 29, about a third of the way down.
29?
That's cool, it skips.
Lucy, I would like you to read a third of the way down. It begins the.
Dad, what?
Grace after meals.
Two. What? Oh.
Are we starting with Oshikosh?
No, the festive meal.
What?
We're trying to jump right to the meal. All right. Da-dum-dum. That was a joke that took a while to develop. All right, the order of the Seder, which is ironically not in the Haggadah, or is it?
Now it is.
Oh, now it is. They changed that. Okay.
Yeah.
That used to be something people would say, but apparently they stopped saying that. On page 3. Kadash or Kadesh or Chad Yakarpat Yachat Magi Raksa Motzi Matzah Maror Korech Shulchan Orech Safun Borech Halech. I announced it, page
That's okay,
3.
now we're gonna do my tune.
Page
The
3
little
is
blue.
Maxwell House Coffee.
Page 3, the little blue.
We don't have all the same
Ready?
page 3? Hold on.
Kadesh or
Chad Karpat Yachat. See this blue highlighted section here?
Looks like Greek to me. Looks like Greek to me.
I feel like there's a third tune, but we don't need to say that. Where is the order in English? Can somebody read that? It's not in English.
I don't think so.
Maybe in the back.
All right.
It's the whole, it's
The table of
like
contents.
everything you do.
It's in the
Kadesh, it's the Kiddush.
No, I know. I
Or
just
Chad,
wanted
it's
to,
in here.
I thought we might read it in English. People who don't speak Hebrew, which is 100% of us,
All right,
might know what we're saying.
I might know what they are.
Sophie
I might
does?
not. It's right here. Kiddush.
Sophie knows Hebrew like I know
Washing
Hebrew.
the hands, karpas, break the matzah.
Ma ani omer achshav.
What?
Ma ani omer achshav.
That's easy.
You said, what should I say right now?
Okay.
Ani yodati.
כן, זה נכון.
Better than you.
Oh,
Sorry.
סליחה. On page 4, we're going to raise our cup of wine, don't we? And I'm going to ask Shira to lead us in the Kadesh.
David, you're not David. Jesse is gonna lead us.
Jesse's going to lead us in page
Putting you on
4.
the spot.
Jesse, Kadesh,
Starting where all other nights begin.
Vayehi. No?
Sabri Chavar. Wait.
Yeah,
That's right.
It doesn't say Havarai.
You could say it though.
Sabri Maranya. Sabri Havarai.
Ranam
L'chaim.
Babram.
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pari
Hagafen
Amen.
Amen.
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'char.
Sher Bachar Banu.
Asher. B'char banu mikol. This is not look familiar.
Just say it.
It may be slightly different.
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'char banu mikol. Ramamani mikol asam.
Rosé. Do you want the rosé? But this rosé, I think this is
White dipping down.
Kivanu v'charta v'yatanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'adek shechamim Ashley, can you read on the English on page 5, the second paragraph and then the third paragraph?
Blessed are you.
Yes, they all start that way.
All right, blessed are you, our God, monarch of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine. Blessed are you, O eternal, our God, monarch of the universe, who selected us from among all peoples and raised us among nations and sanctified us with divine commandments. And you, our God, have given us Sabbath days for rest and festival days for joy, the Sabbath and the day of this feast of the matzahs, the time of our freedom, in love, in remembrance of the departure from Egypt. For you have selected and sanctified us from among all nations, and that you caused us to inherit your holy Sabbath and festival days in love and favor. Blessed are you, God, who sanctifies Sabbath and Israel and the festival days.
Thank you. Or on page 6, I'm going to wash my hands on behalf of everyone, but if you want to wash your hands, and I do recommend at least at some point washing your hands. Baruch atah Adonai
You don't say
Eloheinu.
the blessing.
What?
Wash your hands, but don't say the blessing.
There's a blessing there. Why would I not say it?
That's for karpas. While he's washing his hands, let's pass the parsley. There's parsley on your table and a thing, and then we can take one to your plate. Aaron, why don't you want to just pick up the parsley?
Just the party?
Yeah.
Gee.
And if there's salt water nearby, or no? Okay. So why don't, Annalena, do you see any salt water nearby?
Yes.
Do you want to dip and then, if you want to read on page 7, under dipping the vegetable in Arlene, if you want. Page 7. Just the short blessing under dipping the vegetable.
Blessed are you, our God, monarch of the universe, creator of the fruits of the earth.
All right. I'm going to take the middle matzah and create the afikomen.
I'll do our.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do we eat the parsley? So we can dip it in the salt water and take a little bite. Sorry, Heidi.
What's the reason for the parsley?
I think we start putting it in the chicken.
Well, the tears is the salt water is the tears.
Cilantro would have been better.
Yeah.
I feel it already.
Does anyone have, Sophie, do you have any sort of family memory of either a holiday or anything else that you'd like to mention?
When me and Carmi, at the Passover Seder, when we were like 10, when we sang the song.
What
we were
song?
Standing right there. Well, we made it up, but it's on video, and we were so little and cute.
Really?
What happened? Jesse?
Speaking of songs,
Bobby on there?
we're not sure if she can see us. That's why I didn't address her, because I wasn't sure if she could see us. If she can see us, then I would like to.
And then Jesse told me that the microphone's over there.
Where's the camera?
I was shutting the thing.
Right behind Jesse.
It's hard to miss.
What's up? Bubby on, Jess?
We don't.
No. Okay.
On top of page 8, Sherry's going to lead us in a song. Top of page 8. It begins Halachma. 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 Yadi achalu. Achalu avahatana. Biara. Biara. Di Mitzrayim. Biara. Biara. Di Mitzrayim. Kol dichfin yetevecho, kol ditzrich yetevispat. Lashana ba'a biyarat Yisrael, lashata v'dei lashana ba'a b'nei torich. The next song, I'm going to do my not so famous Neil Diamond impression, or whatever the next song is. I'm just telling you now.
It's the song. It's the song.
What's the? Oh, well, I'm not going to sing. I'm not singing the 4 questions.
All right.
Lucy, as the
Wait,
youngest
Lucy.
here, other than Penny, you have to sing the 4
Hold
questions.
on. Lucy. Lucy. Can you remove the Seder plate from the table? Because that's what you're supposed to do.
Remove it or just lift it up and show it?
Remove the Seder plate.
Let's go and get it,
Says
Penny.
it.
Yeah, as the youngest.
That's why, yeah.
I don't know. Just in the Lucy, you'd have to balance it on your head.
I know where you can stick it.
I think it's so there's more room.
I have an idea. Oh,
Let's not stick things.
I know where she can stick it, but fine.
We never do it.
She's reading it. She's keeping us honest.
Lucy, please.
I want to know.
Lucy, the 4 questions in English on page 9, unless you want to try Hebrew, but that'd be hard.
Anything like that.
I thought I should read it, right?
I'm watching a Handmaid's.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. We read this in. Let me just read real quick. This is the bread of affliction which our ancestors ate in the land of Egypt. Let all those who are hungry enter and eat, and all who are in need come and celebrate the Passover. At present, we commemorate it here, but next year we hope to celebrate it with our family who come from the land of Israel. This year we are servants here, but next year we hope to be free people spending the holiday with our family who come from the land of Israel. Notice I'm not saying I want all of us to go to Israel, Emma. Notice that.
I just said I was in Israel last year and I missed being here. So.
Oh. All right, Lucy, page 9, 4 questions.
Why is this night different from all other nights?
Yep, that's the one. Keep going.
Answer it too.
Keep going. Nope, you don't have to answer it. Well, you're about to answer it. Go ahead.
Oh wait, so I answer it. Yeah. All of the nights we made either bread or matzah, but on this night only matzah.
It is a little bit weird that they're really not questions.
All of the nights we may eat any species of greens, but on this night only red or herbs.
That's a good point.
Never noticed.
The Hebrew maybe. Question.
All other nights we Do not dip even once, but on this night we dip twice.
Shebecho halelot, anu ochlin chametz umatzah, chametz umatzah. Halayla hazeh, kula umatzah. Halayla hazeh, kula umatzah. Shebecho halelot, anu ochlin yirakot, she'a yirakot. Halayla hazeh, maror. Halayla hazeh, maror. Shebecho halelot, anu mapilim, afilu pa'am echat. Halayla hazeh, shetzeh be'amim. Halayla hazeh, shetzeh be'amim. Shebecho halelot, anu ochlim, ben yoshvinu vein mesubim, ben yoshvinu vein mesubim. Halayla hazeh, tulanu mesubim. Halayla hazeh, tulanu mesubim. That little picture in the top half of the page, that's actually Becky when she was a little kid. Top of page 10, song. Sherry, again, you're going to lead us in all the traditional songs we learned when we were little.
What page are we on?
Top of page 10.
Okay.
Avadim hayinu, lefaro b'mitzrayim, avadim hayinu, ata b'nei chorim, avadim hayinu, ata b'nei chorim. All right, Uncle Jerry, top of page 11 in English. We're going to skip over a lot of the commentary, but the core story I'm going to try and cover. Page 11 at the top.
You want the old man voice or the young man voice?
Whatever you bring in is fine.
We were slaves to Pharaoh.
The Mel Brooks voice.
And our God brought us out with a mighty hand and an outstretched arm. And if the Holy Blessed One had not brought our ancestors out of Egypt, we and our children and our children's children would still be in slavery to the Pharaoh of Egypt. Therefore, even if we were all wise, knowledgeable, and sagacious, and learned in the law, it nevertheless would be incumbent on us to tell of the departure from Egypt, and all those who expand the telling of the story are accounted praiseworthy.
Thank you. Lucy, you read a small piece, but would you read the next paragraph that begins, Rabbi Eleazar?
Rabbi Levi, the son of Azariah, said, "Note that I am like a man of 70 years of age, yet I was not able to prove that the telling of the departure from Egypt should be at night, until the son of Zoma proved it from the following words of the scripture. That you may remember the day of your going out of Egypt, all the days of your life. The days of your life," said he, referred to his alone. "But all the days of your life include the nights also." But they did, however, say, "The days of your life refer to this world only, but all the days of your life include the time of the Messiah."
All right, on page 10, Sherry, it begins, Baruch HaMakom. It's a song.
Baruch
Hamakom Baruch. Baruch Shenatan Natan Torah. Shenatan Torah Li'amo Yisrael. Baruch Hamakom Baruch Hu. All right, Sophie. It begins with the law speaks.
The law speaks distinctly of the four different sorts of children: the wise, the wicked, the simple, and the one who does not know how to inquire.
So which one are you?
What do you think? I'm the wicked.
Go ahead, read about. Why don't you read about the wise child?
What?
Read the next paragraph.
Me?
Yeah.
What does the wise child ask? What are those testimonies, statutes, and judgments that the Eternal, our God, has commanded you? You will respond by instructing the child in the laws of Passover, teaching that after the Paschal lamb is eaten, there is to be no dessert.
Becky,
Desert.
no significance here, but read about the wicked child.
What does the wicked child ask? What does this service mean for you? By the word you, it is clear the questioning child is not self-inclusive, and so has withdrawn from the community. It is therefore proper to respond forcefully. This is done because of what the Eternal did for me when I went out of Egypt. For me and not for the youngster, for had this child been there would not have been redemption for this one.
Jesse, you read about the ignoramus child.
Wait, the next paragraph?
Thank you for, yes.
Making his point.
What does the simple child ask? What is this? He will say, with a mighty hand did the Eternal bring us out of Egypt, from the house of slavery.
All right, and then Max, why don't you read about the next one?
Okay. But as for the one who has no capacity to ask, you must begin the narration in accord with this statement. And you shall relate to your child on that day. This is done because of what the Eternal did for me when I went out of Egypt.
Sherry, bottom of page 12, please begin that song. He she'amda vehi she'amda lavotenu velanu vehi she'amda lavotenu shelanu shelo echad bavad amad aleinu shelo echad bavad amad aleinu shelo echad bavad amad Aleinu lechalotenu Ela shebechol dor vador Ela shebechol dor vador Omdim aleinu lechalotenu. And that's where we stop. There's probably more to that song, but nobody knows it.
Well, the door is there.
Vador vador. All right.
Doing what we're supposed to do.
Second paragraph. Ellie, second paragraph on page 15, please. It's a long one.
And he went down into Egypt. And he went down into Egypt, compelled by the word of God, and dwelled there, by which we are taught that Jacob did not go down to settle there, but merely to visit, as it is said. And they said to Pharaoh, "We have come to visit the land, for your servants have no pasture for their flocks. For famine is the land of Canaan."
Mm-hmm.
Canaan, okay. Now we beg you, let your servants dwell in the land of Goshen. But just a few persons, as it is said, with 70 persons, your ancestors went down to Egypt, and now the Eternal, your God, has made you as numerous as the stars of heaven in your numbers. And they became a nation, by which we were taught that the children of Israel were distinguished even in Egypt, great and mighty, as it is said. And the children of Israel were fruitful, increased abundantly, multiplied, and became exceedingly mighty, and the land was filled with them. And numerous, as it is said, I have caused you to multiply like the growth of the field, and you have increased and become great, and adorned with ornaments. Your breast is formed, and your hair is grown, whereas you have been naked and bare.
Emma, can you just read the first word of the next paragraph? Okay. All right, fine. Finish the whole paragraph. Read the next two.
And the Egyptians mistreated us, tormented us, and made us work hard. And the Egyptians mistreated us. As it is said, come, let us deal wisely with them, lest they should multiply, and it come to pass that when a war should happen, they might join our enemies, fight against us, and depart from the land. And they tormented us, as it is said, and they set taskmasters over them to torment them with their burdens, and they built stone cities for Pharaoh, Pithom and Ramses, and they laid heavy bondage onto us, as it is said, and the Egyptians compelled the children of Israel to work slavishly with rigor.
All right, Dad, the second to last paragraph on page 15. Not the last one, but the second to last one.
And we cried out to the Eternal, the God of our fathers, and the Eternal heard our voice. Save our affliction, our sorrow, and our oppression.
All right, so this is what's happening in the story here is the Jews are in Egypt, they're doing okay, they start to grow, and all of a sudden the Egyptians realize, wait a minute, they could become a threat to us, so they start treating them more as the enemy and as slaves. And the Jews, of course, are being oppressed, and they start to pray to God, and God hears them. And then, of course, God sends Charlton Heston to them. But, all right, Mom, you want to read the next paragraph, begin to the bottom of 15? The long one. You okay with this?
Okay.
Can you read it actually in reverse, from the last word to the first word?
As we cried unto the Eternal, the God of our fathers, as it is said, and it came to pass after some time that the king of Egypt died, and the children of Israel sighed in consequence of the bondage, and they cried. And they cried, and their complaint went up to God in consequence of their bondage. And the Eternal heard our voices, as it is said. God heard their groaning. God remembered the solemn agreement with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and our affliction was seen. This denotes the separation from their wives, as it is said, and God saw the children of Israel, and God had knowledge of their affliction. And our sorrow, this denotes the destruction of the male children, as it is said. Every son that is born you will cast into the river, and every daughter you will save alive. And our oppression, this denotes the harshness employed, as it is said. And I have also seen the oppression wherewith the Egyptians oppressed them.
Sherry, next two.
And the Eternal brought us out of Egypt with a strong hand and with an outstretched arm, with great terror and with signs and wonders. And the Eternal brought us out of Egypt, not by an angel, nor by a heavenly being, nor by a messenger, but the most holy, a glorious, blessed divinity alone. As it is said, I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and I will strike every firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast. And against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment, I the Eternal. I will pass through Egypt, I myself am not an angel, and I will strike every firstborn, I myself not a heavenly being. And against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment, I myself not a messenger, I the Eternal and the one and only.
All right, top of page 18. Yes, Emma.
It says man or beast?
Yes.
Is beast supposed to be the woman?
I don't know.
No, the women are probably not.
It is pretty oppressed to women, but not that oppressed.
Ellie, do you have any memory of a Seder or a happy family memory or a sad memory? But most people think of happy memories. Funny. Any Lucy? Other concussions involving Lucy? Anything?
I was gonna say I miss Jesse's magic shows.
Aww.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about them.
Bring a Farkle back.
Farkle, oh my God, Jesse, you have to bring in Farkle, whatever that weird thing he had, that weird white furry stuffed animal. What was his name, Jesse?
Farkle.
Farkle? Oh my God, I forgot about that. All right, we're going to dip our pinkies in the wine and say the 10 plagues. First in Hebrew. Dam, Tzifardea, Kinim, Aro, Dever, Shechin, Barad, Arbe, Hoshech, Machat B'chorot. Dad, do you want to read the 10 plagues in English? Harold, please.
Blood, frogs, lice, wild beasts, pestilence, boils, hail, locusts, darkness, slaying of the firstborn.
Thank you.
I actually ended up with 10 dots on my. Well done. First one.
Let's see. Heidi, I'm going to have you jump to, can you read, Heidi, the first two paragraphs under the word Dayenu in English on the next page, page 21.
How many?
First two, just to give us a flavor
I
for
can
the
do that.
song, because this is a song we're going to sing, but you're going to give us a flavor for it in English.
Okay. If God had brought us out of Egypt and had not inflicted judgment upon the Egyptians, it would have been sufficient. If God,
Sorry, I didn't
Well
prepare
done.
for that.
If God had inflicted justice on them and had not executed judgment against their gods, it would have been sufficient.
Read two more. Two more from Heidi. Sorry.
If God, it was that good, huh?
Yeah, you're good. You got this.
If God had executed judgment against their gods and had not slaughtered their firstborn, it would have been sufficient. If God had slaughtered their firstborn and had not turned their wealth over to us, it would have been sufficient.
Ilu hotzianu mi Mitzrayim, hotzianu mi Mitzrayim, dayenu, 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 ilu. Asa bahem shifatim, dayenu, 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 ilu natan lanu et Shabbos, dayenu. Dayenu, ilu natan et Torah, dayenu, dayenu. If God had given us the law and had not led us into the land of Israel, it would have been sufficient. If God had led us into the land of Israel and had not built the temple, it would have been sufficient. All right, Shira, middle of page 23, after my mom says something.
Leslie, you could have come, we wouldn't have hit you over the head.
I might have. Shira, the Paschal Lamb.
The Paschal lamb, which our ancestors ate during the existence of the temple, why was it eaten? Because the blessed omnipresent passed over the houses of our ancestors in Egypt. As it is said, you will say, it is a sacrifice of the Passover to the Eternal. Who passed over the houses of the children of Israel in Egypt when God struck the Egyptians and spared our houses, and the people bowed and worshipped?
Ashley, you want to discuss the matzah that we now eat? Page 23, second paragraph from the bottom. Can you send the Moscato down here, please?
This matzah which we now eat, what does it mean? It is eaten because the dough of our ancestors did not have time to become leavened before the supreme monarch of monarchs. The beloved most holy one was revealed to them and redeemed them, as it is said. They baked the dough which they had brought out of Egypt into matzahs which were not leavened because our ancestors were thrust from Egypt and could not take the time to make proper provision for themselves.
Sandy, the bitter herbs.
This bitter herb which we eat, what does it mean? It is eaten because the Egyptians embittered the lives of our ancestors in Egypt, as it is said. They embittered their lives with hard enslavement, forcing them to work with mortar and bricks, and to carry out all kinds of work in the field. All the labor was harsh.
All right, in the middle of page 25, Shira, you're going to lead us in a song here. Begins Hallelujah.
Hallelujah, hallelujah,
Hallelujah, Day Adonai. Hallelujah, 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 Shem Adonai. Yehi Shem Adonai mevarach, me'ata v'ad olam, mi'michem eshad me'ulal Shem Adonai. Ramachol Elohim Adonai, Hashemayim Kivodo. Mikadona Eloheinu, pili lirot b'shamayim u'ba'aretz Me'afar dal me'ashkot yarim gvoim
Say Yisrael
Mitzrayim
Yaakov me'aloes Hayta Yehuda lekosho Yisrael mamshalotov Hayam ra'av hayam hayarden Yisov le'achor Eharim rakedu leheli Emma and Sophie.
What?
Malechayam.
Malechayam Kitanu Hayarden Tisov le'achor Harim Tir kaducha elim Gevaot Kineton Milifnei Adon Uli Aretz Melifnei Elo Yaakov Ahochi Azor Agamayim Alamish All right, we're going to lift another cup of wine. We're getting close here, everyone. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher ga'alnu v'ga'al et avotenu mimitzrayim v'higianu halayla hazeh le'echal bo mitzah u'moror kain Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'gi'enu l'moadim v'lirgalim aherim habeim let me go to the English. You bring us to enjoy in peace other solemn feasts and sacred seasons which move us forward, that we may be glad in the building of your city and rejoice in your holy service, that we may eat thereof the sacrifices and of the holy paschal offerings, whose blood will be sprinkled on the side of your altar for your acceptance. Then we will give thanks to you with a new song for our deliverance and for the redemption of our souls. Blessed are you, eternal Redeemer of Israel. You can drink the... Oh, sorry. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Barei Pari Hagafen. Everybody take a little bit of matzah from the tray of matzah that's not too far away.
You're skipping.
The washing of the hands?
Yeah. With the blessing.
Yeah, we're all.
All right, I'm going to wash my hands here.
It's only my second time.
That's the last one. Becky, I was wrong. So wrong.
We have somebody out on a liquor run. I mean,
Becky offered. Too late now.
Wait, if we're going, can we get some big oak
Everybody needs some matzah.
you want a piece of matzah?
Okay, everyone's going to grab a little piece of matzah. We're going to have some sandwich here. And Arlene, the motzi. Would you like to do the motzi? 26. You can do it in English or Hebrew. It's the blessing over the bread. So it's 26, about halfway down. Motzia matzah. It says that's Hebrew or in English.
Blessed art thou, our God. That one you want me to do?
Yeah.
Blessed are you, our God, monarch of the universe, who brings bread from the earth.
Uncle Jerry, you want to venture that in Hebrew? The hamotzi lechem.
At the bottom of that paragraph.
No, it's next to the picture of the matzah. If you want, it's just the motzi.
Anything to mix it.
Hamotzi lachem. There you go. Thank you. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al achilat matzah. So, you want to go ahead, Shir? What?
Sure, it kind of clears the sinus, yeah? It's like wasabi.
Yeah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al achilat maror. So
That one was for dipping in
the charoset.
Charoset.
We're gonna. So now you can do a sandwich of matzah, charoset, and what? What? I'm telling people.
It's like the things you have to do are to say these blessings.
I said them.
Yeah, but no one else did. You didn't announce what blessing you're doing.
They read the motzi. I read the matzah, and then I read the moror.
Everybody is responsible for saying that.
Okay. Well, I not everyone. Lucy, do you want to read under the word bitter herbs? Do you want to read the words in English under the word bitter herbs?
Yeah. Blessed are you, our God, monarch of the universe, who has sanctified us with his commandments and commanded us to eat bitter herbs.
If you don't have horseradish and you want some, raise your hand. Ooh, I want some.
Anybody here want?
Mom, who made the haroset?
You guys did.
Who?
Sophie and Jesse?
Wait, that reminds me of a song. Who made the charoset? Who made the charoset? Who? I do. We're making the sandwich, which reminds us of the brick laying that the Jews did while slaves in Egypt.
I have a question. Why is it the ferocious?
Do you use it other than this?
Why is it sweet?
I know.
Yeah.
I try to buy it, then it goes bad within
Exactly.
I think
After
it's
this,
just
I'm like, I'm gonna buy
the
some. I love it
complexity
on
of the
everything.
human
And then I
existence.
forget about it.
Even in times of turmoil and oppression, they could still find happiness and good moments. Max, do you want to give us a memory you have of a family event or something like that?
This is sort of an annual thing, but like just searching for the afikomen, and then I have never found it yet. Mom and Papa still give us the same amount of money every year, no matter. So it's not about the money. You just want
And I give you guys the same amount every year too, right?
Nothing?
0. Yeah, but you all get it. I mean,
It's not about the money.
right.
I hope you get it.
Did you hide it?
Max, this year I'm going to put it in your pants, so you'll have to find it. And you may not find it right away, but you'll find it eventually. I don't know where. I mean, is there more charoset and more bitter herbs?
There's bitter herbs are with the.
I know. It's.
Who wants to volunteer to collect them? Me.
No.
Already?
No.
I'll do it.
What's the
Thank you,
DJ's
Max.
favorite pizza topping?
Did you guys let Becky know that some of these have nuts and some don't? Don't tell her which is which.
I'll figure it out when I eat it.
Yeah, we want to watch. Dude, no, I don't think there's much in there. That's why I was saying there's more.
Hey, you want me to see if I can get some more in the fridge?
I'm fine with just the liquid.
Can you pour the liquid on my, yeah.
Oh, come on, we want some more horseradish for you gals.
Alright, Mom, just give me a hug.
Alright, I'm
There's
finding
a whole
it.
chunk here I found.
Nelson.
I know, it's hard with Franklin Coops.
Okay, then pass it down this way. Wait, you're lying?
I gotta help you.
And then you grill.
Who let the dogs out?
Anyone not kidding me?
one more, but you have to open it.
I can't open it.
Nelson.
I was gonna say, you have to cut the.
I don't mind where the little foot is coming in. Oh, see, it's over here. I couldn't see where you went. Thought I had it. It's not working. Ah.
What happened?
Trick on my pants.
Why would you open it up over your pants?
First of all, did you think it was gonna be open? Because I didn't.
Can I have some of that, sure? Or is it in the, ooh, hello.
Here.
Hello, operator, give me number 9 if you disconnect me. Behind the refrigerator, there was a piece of glass. Miss Lulu sat upon it and broke her big tuchus. Yes.
How about song
What?
How did you break into songs that
Sure. Oh, you gave me this right.
I don't know.
Why did you deke me? Because you gave me the one that was empty and I forgot about the whole bottle I
Oh,
had.
Franklin Cooper. No, no, baby. No, no.
There is some, Heidi, you cannot have the chopped liver. The good news is it's not liver. The bad news is it's got nuts. Sorry about that.
Did you say Heidi or Becky?
Did I say Heidi? I meant Becky. I was looking at Becky. I don't know what I
I
said.
didn't listen to you.
Dad, we made it?
Yeah.
What? On my way.
I forget how much I
Okay.
like it. Does Cher make that for you guys, like outside of Passover?
Nope, never in years, never in 30 years.
That was me. Has anyone down here like chopped liver?
It's vegetarian.
Oh, yeah. Ellie, can you move?
No, chocolate liver.
You wanna? Yeah, actually,
Yeah. Yes, I would like 2 balls.
You can't eat that.
Hold on 1 second.
Heidi, do you want 1 or 2 balls?
0.
Do you want some broth or?
Hot tomorrow, which is very thin. Usually that means hot.
87.
87.
Whoa.
Uncle Stuart.
Yeah.
Is this gluten free?
I would think so, yes. I don't know what would be gluten.
A little bit of hesitation.
I know, but I don't know what would be gluten. Ask Mom.
It's
But
okay, I don't need it.
well, ask Mom. She would know. I don't.
Wants two.
What about Harold? Harold, you want 1 or 2?
I bet you Ellie
He wants
does.
1.
Or Ellie